And that's what's going on now. All these people know, just like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, Melanin Sutek. You remember her?
I certainly do. Very outspoken sister.
Right. She was selling punani.
Wait a minute.
Sarnetto's beliefs.
Whoa. Sibling. You're going to have to bring up some pro formas and some invoices and all. Nah. Give me some more information. Reference this Melanin Sutek thing. Because I heard Sarnetta trying to imply something like that.
Right, because she was doing that. And I told, and I don't know if I told you this before, it was an elder from Florida came up here for some debate. I don't know, it was between 2008 and 2009, somewhere up in there, 2010. And she would go to wherever motel they were staying at, and she would make her money doing that. And this particular elder, she went in his pockets and took more money than she supposed to have got from him. And I guess the elder didn't want to go into the night like that, and he came out and spoke on it. And when he spoke on it, he apologized for doing that. Right? Then the girl, Melanin Sutek, she disappeared for a couple of years.
I ain't seen her since.
Right, but she came back when young Pharaoh popped up. When Pharaoh started dissing himself from Sarnetta and going against them, she used to be on it. I think she was a moderator for young Pharaoh, or she was just bigging him up on her channel. It could have been either or both. And then Sarnetta started saying things about she was selling Cootie Cat. And she was getting mad, and she said on one of her lives that y'all need to stop saying I was, selling, my body and sleeping with other men. She didn't connect it with the actual thing, but it was Sarnetta was live with somebody and they were saying it, but I know Sarnetta was telling them to say it. And she said it and it was on live, and I've been telling my peoples for years that was true. And she came out and confirmed it one day when she was going back and forth with Sarnetta and them doing the whole young Pharaoh thing.
He's going to take lives, family. He's going to take lives and demonize me. Sarnetta, he's going to demonize me. He's going to take lives, family. He's going to take lives and demonize me. Sarnetta, he's going to demonize me. I received a text message from this individual threatening me, and I'm going to read it to you right now. Okay, let me get to it. I'm going to read you the text message right now, fam. It says, how come you didn't say anything about Seti and Pharaoh last night disrespecting me? I was waiting on you to say something, but you didn't. So the next time I bang on them pussies, please mind your business. Because if I hear you say anything or text anything in their defense, I am going to bang hard on you. And believe me when I tell you, I will have so much information on you that brothers brought to me. That's him insinuating that I'm some type of whore. None of these niggas in the conscious community even got a chance to smell me. They didn't get a chance to smell me, let alone get near my pussy. I'm gonna be a buck because I'm trying to tame myself now, so I won't get into nigga mode. Let me finish reading. I don't know if you fucked them or not, but he's gonna lie and say I fucked these niggas. Niggas that got crushes on me, niggas that probably in my face, or he could just boldface be lying. So let's keep reading. I don't know if you fucked them or not, and I don't care, but this is your last time minding my business. Please don't make me do it. I will dedicate a full day to show you, and I don't give a fuck what you say about me. And I'm not talking about just anybody. I'm talking about a Google in the conscious community. A Google in the conscious community. Matter of fact, I'm just going to let it be known. It's Brother Sonetta. He's threatening me, family. He's threatening to use his media outlet to spread lies about me. And this happened 3 years ago. It is Brother Sonetta. He's mad at Young Pharaoh. And because I went on their live stream, and I wasn't even on their live stream with the video, I was in the chat room. So he's watching their chat rooms, he's watching what I'm saying, and he got mad because he feels that I'm defending Cyrax and Young Pharaoh. All I was doing was in the chat room. I didn't even make a video on anybody's defense. I can mind my business because y'all are all men. Men should be able to logically come together and leave emotion to the side and say, you know what, let's focus on the brotherhood. But instead, out of all the people that are supporting Young Pharaoh, you want to come out to me. Not because you know I have influential power. Let me tell you something. I am God. I am my own God. And you cannot stop my illumination. And that's what it is, honey. So you feel you want to go out there and spread lies within the conscious community, or just our community of people, and say, I am a whore. And I just read you the text message. He said he don't even know if it's true or not. He's going to take lies, family. He's going to take lies and demonize me. And demonize me. Sonetta. He's going to demonize me. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, you're wrong, my sister. That's all.
No, I'm not wrong. You did this 3 years ago, sir. You did this 3 years ago, sir. You want to try to get what I'm trying to niggas you know ain't never fucked me. I don't fuck with none of these niggas. And you and not your time when you did this last time, nigga? No, you was actually saying that. Niggas can't talk. Ain't nobody never been in my pussy. Ain't nobody ain't never been here. You did this last time. I know you did this last time.
Go down and talk to me.
Yo, you smacked me as a mother. What you mean, calm down? You did this shit last time, my nigga. Don't sit here and fight. I already got the word. I know you did it. I was on the line when you did it to me. You telling niggas is running trains on me. You did this when that 2,000 years ago. Yes, you did. I was on three-way. You lied. Whatever. What it is, son? What it is? Go ahead and get these fuck niggas. Go ahead and get fuck niggas. Don't just say I ain't fuck me with nobody's fuck me. Go ahead, get the fuck nigga.
If one person to say I got told and did that train on.
Yeah, how you get in this city running train on me? What the fuck, man? And you spread that lie too, nigga. Don't fucking sit here and like that.
Man, I never said that, nigga.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, son. Yes, you did. I got proof that you said it. I was on three-way. I heard you said you thought he was giggling, and then you thought he was like, oh, she out here fucking white boys because he saw me in Chelsea. I heard you, son. Yes, you did, son. Now you lying, son. You said, yo, she had niggas running trains on her. She don't even know her own territory out there. The person that set you up, yo, you think these niggas is your friends? They put me on a freeway and never listen to you say the shit that you said about me, my nigga.
No, I never said.
Alright, but you text me that you was gonna make videos about me being a whore.
I read that.
So you gonna make videos about falsified information?
Well, every time I go ahead and make a video, and I see that somebody, you always comment on it. And I just said you was
So you like the only?
I on Pharaoh. Oh, no, I ain't not on Pharaoh. Play the whole clip. What the fuck are you gonna play the whole clip for? I already played the song.
I don't give a fuck about Pharaoh or Cyrax and say, your problem is you're trying to control people. If I'm in their live stream and I'm interacting and I'm talking in the chat room, what did I say that was defensive to you? All I said was everybody has a right to make money. However they want to make money for off their tickets off of their events. Please tell me what I said that was in the defense of them or me disrespecting you out there. Now you know you remember, but you want to go out there and defame me as a mother and as a sister and not as people.
I texted you. I didn't come down to nobody. I contacted you first and said, yo, fall back. Don't get into my business. Let me do it all.
How am I in your business? There's thousands of people that commenting. So you're telling me I'm not allowed to they don't have to go through and tell them.
Yo, what happened to you? You're going to be talking about it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? No, we're not talking about we're talking about so I ended up the family. No,
I think that Eric was calling Malcolm and he was in the phone on him. You're telling me that Al talked to
pregnant people when you feel like they not you bullying so now you bullying and you know it. How you lying? You actually saying that you got niggas, present some names. What niggas is you talking about that you trying to allege that I fuck or ran a train on me? You just said it was brothers. Then you said, oh no, I heard one story. So what it is? You lying, bro. You lying. And I can see that. And that's what bury me in some fucking corner, my nigga. That's not going down. That's what I'm saying. What the hell are you doing? Keep thinking that you want to have something over my head to control me? Oh, now you know what I'm talking about. So you don't know these text messages. You say I'm not fucking with you. Stop. Whenever I ever came out against you or said anything derogatory about you, I never did. I am on my videos. Even when I was on Tony Stoneman show, I said Sanetta was there to get me DVDs and he helped me evolve. If anything, I did nothing. Nothing but avere you, even when people was coming at you. I didn't put video or anything that I ever said against you. Even if I'm in the chat room with Sarah to the City and Pharaoh, did I say something that is this, that, or that? I didn't say anything about you. So how do you get offended that I'm in their fucking chat room? You kind of childish and like a black devil shop. And you know it. And you know it. And you wrong, my nigga. You wrong. I never came at you. I never was against you. Like, my nigga, my daughter likes you and your platform. And for her to know that you willing to do this to her mother, my nigga, you saying fuck black children.
Nice thing.
My daughter's with me on every event. So what niggas you talking about? I'm fucking. I'm supposed to be fucking niggas while my child's there. My daughter's at every event. Every event. So what are these things that you alleging is in my face and trying to fuck me?
No, I can't think of
Please tell me what niggas got my number. I never contacted with nobody. I don't like no motherfucking body. I don't fuck with nobody. I say to myself, I say to me and my child. And you're disrupting my movement or my elevation by texting me and threatening me that you're gonna try to destroy me with evilness and lies. Low frequency behavior. I take for me and my child. And you're gonna come out there and try to post lies. You always need to be what the elders, my nigga. You're supposed to be an elder.
I want to know something because I'm older than you. I don't want to check you out.
I'm getting checked. Wait, who are you checking? So how am I wrong? Because I went in Pharaoh and Seti's live, and all I put in the live, I actually went on I was listening.
I was wrong. That's what the fuck you say.
I said that in the text message.
I was wrong. I said that. That's what you say.
I said that to you in privacy. When you text me about you being mad, I said, brother, you wrong about how you went about it. I said you have the right to go back to the question style. Brother, we talked on a one-on-one level through a text message, correct? I told you was wrong, but I never publicly came out, Sanetta, and said you was wrong. What did you see me type in and say, Sanetta's this? I never even butchered your name up, dude. And for you to say that you want to make a whole video trying to destroy me as the black goddess, right? What is the black queen? Why do you don't have black queens on your body? Where you are? Because you're demonic. It's not going to have this one side. Like, you destroyed me.
I'm not going to make no video on you. That's a waste of time.
No, but for you to even threaten me, like, you came into my psyche just now. I came from a meeting in my building, creating a pop-up shop for black people in my community. So I just came from and to see a text message like that, when people are out here, people are trying, and I'm gonna come to a message of you trying to destroy me. This is why people don't want to be a part of this shit, my niggas, because you're fucking black devils out there. I'm downstairs trying to find a way to get these black people in my building to make some money, and what you doing? I had to come into a text message of you saying you want to talk to brothers and they fuck me on nobody, fuck, I don't talk to nobody. And you gonna do that to me? I never done that to you, Sanetta. I never even personally came on and said anything. Whatever beef you ever had, I said Sanetta was the one that helped me get to a level within myself. I always lied to you. You're so clear to that. You read the throw me under the bus, Sanetta. I'm nothing to you. I'm not a sister. I'm not a daughter. I'm not black. I'm not anything to you because you should have sat there and said, you know what? Before I touch this society's emotion, let me sit back and think. Did she attack me? Everybody has a right to freedom of speech. Everybody has a right to whatever. You feel me? I'm bullying me, Sanetta. You're bullying me because you have a stronger following, and you're like, I'm going to destroy her. So that's evil, and that's wasting
that. I was doing that. You know, I wouldn't do that to you.
Yes, you did. You've done this before, Simon. Don't sit here. You will call people up. Listen, Simon. We don't know how to do by now. You make calls like a fucking telemarketing company. Hey, did you know Mary's some text sucking dick and all this other shit? You will make personal phone calls. You don't have to make a video. You try to destroy people behind the scenes. You know what you do, son, now, and I'm so conscious. My nigga, you think you're close with? Those are the ones that came to me and told me. And I'm sad that they got on a platform talking about the black woman, this, that, and third, but then they sat there and allowed you to foul mouth me. And then tell me behind your back what the fuck you said about me, my nigga.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying no rules, because I'm not going to give up my connects so they can keep an ear off of me when you're trying to do shit towards me. Not everybody's got your breath out. It's all about money. You're not learning their parties, my nigga. After you have some fun with them, and you kick in with them, and you try to pull me down as a queen, as a mother, as a goddess, niggas come back and tell me, they come through, they hit me up, and they let me and you on three-way. I heard you told people that people ran trains on me. I had sex with men in front of my child, nigga. I remember this. You said all that, you're nationality. The black woman is God. Y'all was on three things, like, you went on soldier. You lied. You lied. It's facts, my nigga. How did I know you? Why would you tell me earlier you knew a story about me being a train raid on you? How did you know that? How did you know that? Why? No, you trying to know how foul. You know what?
You gotta go through all this shit to lie. There's a lot of things a black woman is fucked up.
You just texted me. Don't try to flip the script. Don't try to flip the script. Let me tell you something. Niggas that you
I'm not doing that, so have a blessing. I wouldn't do that. That's all that.
all right, peace.
And then she disappeared again. And she ain't been back since. So these are facts. So that means Sarnetta is definitely looking at other things that's coming up with that. Because if she or anybody else who was doing that, because also Sarnetta said Nafta Tahuti was pimping women too. When I first went to this house of concert back 2009, I did like 3 DVDs. Right? One I was there with ABBA, then 2 of them I did on my own. And I used to hang out every now and then when I used to be over that way because I worked in that area. So I used to go to my job and sometimes I'd just go down there, or sometimes I would just go on 1 to 5th again because I was in that area sometimes. And you know, Sarnetta was just talking and he just blurted it out and just said it out of nowhere. And I was, you know, I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, where did that come from? And 2, you got this dude teaching the black woman is God, but you telling me he's a pimp. And then you said he's a pimp because he's not making no money from the conscious community. And Nafta Tahuti had a job as a counselor to people who was getting out of prison in like a halfway house. I've been to his job a couple of times. So I know he wasn't making no money.
But at this point though, can we believe in like everything that comes out of Frankie's mouth? Especially in that situation?
I don't know. I'm saying it. Sometimes when people do that and y'all not relevant, y'all just kicking the willy bobo and then they just say stuff like that. You know, it's random.
Yeah.
You know, so either he was saying that to see if I was gonna say something, or if he just telling, just to be telling. I don't know. But I remember we wasn't talking about anything concerning no pimping and stuff. He was just, you know, talking. So it's either, I think it could have been, sometimes people like to tell half truths, but knowing that Melanie Sutek was selling Kuda Cat at Sarnetta debates, Sarnetta probably was the one doing the pimping. Because that's the point. And you scapegoating Tahuti for the niggatry.
Sounds more like
right,
it.
or he was in on it, but you was the head dude. I don't know, man. All this stuff is coming out because the spirit beings and all these people are filthy And that's what they're doing, because America has created this type of thing where people can get away with this. Same thing with young Pharaoh. Same thing with again. Look at the black so-called convict community. Look what Farrakhan did. Farrakhan went over to Scientology, and it's on record that they cut deals that he was getting money from him sending his people over there to get the introduction stuff from Scientology. And
into programs and all that.
Right. And claiming that he had a change of heart when he was sick and a white doctor cured him. But all these are lies that they tell to justify the betrayal.
Some of you think that the minister sold out to Scientology. He done sold out. Scientology gave him so many $1 million. You can't believe that a man that talk like me don't have to bother nobody for nothing, because the people that I serve love me enough that they support me, that I can support others. I have been taking a lot of criticism. No, it's all right. It's all right. For attaching the nation to the Church of Scientology. I don't mind the criticism. I know that you don't understand. And as the Quran says, unfortunately, you are a people that dispute without knowledge. So I'm not upset at the things that you say. You know, the critics are saying, oh, Farrakhan talking all this black talk and went over to this white man, L. Ron Hubbard. Stop. If it weren't so silly, I am you. I haven't changed my religion. You know, all the prophets taught us to seek truth. From the cradle to the grave. He said, wherever knowledge is, you should seek to be a possessor of it. Islam is magnificent. It's beautiful. We search the scriptures, as you will see and hear today, and we come up with wonderful teachings from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and God himself has guided us. But I found something in the teaching of Dianetics of Mr. L. Ron Hubbard that I saw could bring up from the depth of our subconscious mind things that we would prefer to lie dormant. But the auditing process brings it up, and it's like bringing up demons out of us. And just as this book Bible says, that was the work of Jesus. How could I see something that valuable and know the hurt and sickness of my people and not offer it to them. So the criticism, well, you know, Mr. Hubbard was a racist. I don't know that. I don't know that. And I wouldn't care. You don't have a good understanding of racism. So I found a tool that I know can help us. And I thank God for Mr. L. Ron Hubbard. And I thank God for his research and teaching. He's gone on now. So if he was a racist, that went in the ground. But I didn't find racism in his book. If he was a hater, that went in the ground. But I didn't find hate in his books. If he wanted nothing to do with black people, well, maybe that's in the ground, but his word was that this teaching that he had would find prominence once it was exposed to black people and black people laid hold to it. I am not in a disagreement with that.
The characteristics of the white man is evil. He was made like that through nature, now we say. Naturally, he was made like that. We would say, the devil. We can say a devil cat out there, a devil element, a devil we could call most any grafted thing a devil, you see. But actually, when we say Satan, we mean a man or a people that their wickedness is not, say, confined to themselves. It spreads, and the others is affected by their wickedness. And the white man, we say, is the devil. Why? Because of his weak, physically coming into being from original man, aboriginal.
When you found out that the Nation of Islam was making a turn towards Scientology, what went through your mind? What was the first thing you thought about? L. Ron Hubbard and, you know, this stuff here.
Everybody knows, brother. It's all over YouTube, all over. Now, I'm talking about the people who were involved with Scientology, white people, for 10, 20, 30, and 40 years. They explained the whole thing about Scientology. Mm-hmm. L. Ron Hubbard was an alcoholic, a drug addict, a pedophile, a pervert, a bisexual, a low-life garbage can Caucasian. Actually, he was like Satan himself. You understand what I'm trying to say? He knows that. Then everybody, they knows that. Now, that didn't come from black people. This came from those who was involved in it for 10, 20, 30, and 40 years. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a cult. It's an organizational cult where you have to separate yourself from your family. Some of the members in there committed suicide. Okay, they had a big thing on TV one day, and I watched the whole thing called Claire. And then you hook your mind up. How you gonna hook your mind up to a damn machine when the machine came out of your mind? You understand what I'm trying to say? Everybody knows that. It's a cult. Now, and it's a body count. Scientology is set up for bodies and money. I know people, I won't even call his name, down there in Georgia, lost $40,000 in Scientology. and had 2 heart attacks. Okay, and check this out. You go to different levels. And each level you pay money. And then when you get to the top level, they say, oh, you made an error, it's not corrected, so forth. So you have to start all over again. You can lose thousands and thousands of dollars. It's a scam. Now I ask anybody who's into this Dianetics and Scientology. I'm gonna ask them one question. I'm talking to all of y'all now that's out there with this Scientology and Dianetics. How much money did it cost you since you've been in there? How much money did it cost you since you've been in there? And if it's such a program that will work, why don't they go into nut houses and clear those people? You got mental institutions all over the country. Why don't you go clear them? Why are you supposed to be so intelligent? How are you going to get caught up in that foolishness? You understand what I'm trying to say? When you're all right. Here's a mental person over here with a mental problem. Why don't you clear that person? Go to the mental institution. They need help. If you feel Scientology is the answer, take that program to all these mental institutions and solve their problem. Now, all those that's involved with Dianetics and Scientology, I'm telling you to your face, that's the house of Satan. Now, if you want to stay there, you have that right. If you believe in it, you have that right.
You just putting them on notice.
But I'm putting you on notice. That is Satan's house, and you carry into practice Satan's activities, and you're under the heading of Satan's children, and you have that right. I have no problem with that. All I'm saying,
once you do your job, that's it. Your hands are clean. You did your job. You let them know.
I'm letting you know that's the house of Satan, and you can't challenge me on that. You understand? And it hasn't produced nothing but more confusion. So now that's Satan's house. You're Satan's children. You want to be a part of that? You have that right. I respect that. My point is, don't bring that garbage into the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Don't say it's the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because it's not. He didn't teach that. Don't bring Christianity in the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because he didn't teach that. And don't come here with that Sunni Islam, because you ain't know nothing about no Sunni Islam until Warren D. Muhammad in 1975. He was the one that introduced you to that Orthodox and Sunni Islam. You know what I'm saying? And Minister Farrakhan went along with it because he was Wallace D. Muhammad's representative from 2.5 to 3 years. And he put on that nightgown and he got down his hands and knees and still down his hands. And this is not to disrespect Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan has the right to do or to function on the level he understands and to do what pleases him. My point is, don't say it's the Nation of Islam. Say that's your thing, but not the nation.
Mentioned conspiracy between the black Muslims and the right wing in this country. Could you elaborate on that?
I mentioned the conspiracy between the Muslims and the right wing in this country. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or were trying to make a deal with Elijah Muhammad in 1960 in the home of Jeremiah X, the minister in Atlanta at that time, who at present is the minister in Philadelphia. They were trying to make a deal with him to make available to Elijah Muhammad a county, a size tract of land in Georgia or South Carolina, where Elijah Muhammad could then induce Negroes to migrate and make it appear that his program of a segregated state or separated state was feasible. And to what extent these negotiations finally developed, I do not know, because I was not involved in them beyond the period of December 1960. But I do know that after that, Jeremiah, who was the minister throughout the South, could roam the entire South and the Klan not bother him in any way, shape, or form, nor would they bother any of the black Muslims from then on, nor would the black Muslims bother the Klan.
Are you inferring then that because of this conspiracy, the attempt was made upon your life?
The attempt could have been made upon my life. And ask that again.
Are you inferring that because of this conspiracy, the attempt was made on your life?
Not necessarily that conspiracy. The attempt was made upon my life because I speak my mind and I know too much, and they know that I will speak it whether they like it or not.
It to get more money, but it ain't just about more money. It's about keeping darker people trapped under Caucasian supremacy. Because there's no way you can say you come from a pro-black organization with all the things y'all said and you still did that. But up and above that, the God of y'all religion is a white man. No way in the world can you explain such foolishness unless it's some hypnotism by way of spirit beings. They had people believing this ever since they knew it was a white guy, from the 30s all the way up to now.
Sibling, he came in the personage, man.
He sure did. He came in the personage of a Caucasian with straight hair, mankind hair. So it doesn't matter.
According to that lesson that Farrakhan gave, we supposed to have straight hair and stuff, but our eyebrows are straight because we've got straight hair. It was a curse to have the kinky hair, if I'm remembering his speech correctly.
No, he said that, but that's not true. Because our hair is connected to the sun.
Exactly.
Called flocculi. The sun has the same wool on it, on its surfaces. And I put out 3 books dealing with that. I got 2 books called Our Hair and another book called The Son of Ray. And it goes into the science that found this out in the late 1800s with I think it's called a spectral heliograph machine. And they was able to observe the sun during eclipses. And they seen that they had wool on it. So it's nowhere making no sense. It's only because the heat that makes our hair kink up. It's just not here in the front part of our forehead. So if you put heat to something, it will coil and kink up.
Yes.
And the BIAE tells us we have sun heat genes. It's not hot here. But if as time move on, as our bodies start to change back into what it was when the gamma radiation started becoming more positive, because that's what changed human beings, animals, and plants. It's called evolutionary radiation. gamma radiation is what causes mutations in persons, places, and things. And they show you.
Don't hit them too much with this science, man. We want to keep it